I like how it now says live in 6 minutes.
Huh?
Mine just says it started. It says we're past due. There it is. We're live.
Are we all ready?
That's possible, I suppose.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode, or rather, the last episode of 2022 of Codename Wired. I am one of your hosts, Duchess, joined with my fantastic co-host Jay. That guy. Also joined with this shit show of a person that we call Cloud Cartel. Don't know why he's here. Don't know why he's here.
The schmuck that forgets that hardware stores exist.
Yeah. The schmuck that lost the proper coils, Sorry.
Hey, Duchess,
Anyway.
guess what? Shut up.
Anyway, outside of that, before we get into anything, we actually do have a really nice episode lined up for you. Anyone is welcome to join the panel. We're going to go ahead and we're going to ask a couple of questions along the way, see how things have been for you guys for the year. If you guys have learned anything from it, if you guys have used anything that we've gone over, etc. Good points, bad points, etc. And then we'll move on from there. So, this is a community driven show, right? So we can't literally do any of this without you guys. So, we wanted to give back and give you guys an opportunity to join us here on the panel to share some of your thoughts, share some of your memories, however you guys wanted to do it. Before we get into any of that, though, we're going to get into the vape phase. So, gentlemen, what are we vaping on?
I guess I'll go first. I got the overpowered with the overpowered RDA on top, and that I got some of that SMD, one of the new ones added to the line and such things. It is a what was it again? Dragon fruit yogurt. So if you're interested in any of that. Ooh. And then next I can't remember the name of this mod, but on top of that I got the Blotto Max, and in that I got some old school Witch's Brew. If you guys remember Mark, he used to make liquids too besides mods, and I just found a couple of like zero bottles, nicked them up, and was like, dude, let's rock it. So that is me for now.
Cool. I've only got a couple. Nightmare 25, 1111. Inside that, got some Lemon's Hope. I've got the Type 2 with the Ira, and inside that, I've got some Black Rose, Black Bess. Lastly, I got the Titty X inside the Bennett box, and the liquid is Cucumber Cooler. That's me.
Cool.
Is that the one with all the holes that you were talking about on Friday?
Yeah. It's actually all right. It's not too bad.
With the Titty X?
Yeah.
The airflow looks, or the juice flow looks interesting with the holes on
it's
the
really good because obviously, with the wick and all that, it's on the sides. So you always have that little bit of liquid on the bottom that never really gets saturated. It's right at the bottom, so you can draw it all the way down to the bottom and it's still sucking up that liquid. So it's a nice little concept. It's a lot like the juice flow of the Molen Bridge, which was right underneath.
I haven't seen Molen, but
Molen's well worth getting.
Sounds interesting, though. Anyway, for me, I am still rocking the Nostromo box mod from Death Wish with the Axial Pro on top. Got some Stagger Fuse Claptons that I built on the inside. Still rocking the same coils. I put some quad core 29 gauge inside the squy on top of the scepter. On the inside for that, I am rocking some lemon tart from my man Corey. He decided to mix me up some liquid, so I appreciate it. On the inside of the with the staggered fuse Claptons, I've got some Maxwell Vapors cheesecake milkshake, which is actually really good. And then I got a couple more things. Rocking the truss on the inside of the pulse with just try a drip tip because why not have a dorky ass drip tip on top? On the inside with that, I've got some slow and sour in a tester bottle V1 from Tribal Buddha. It's fantastic liquid. It's so good, dude. The lemonade in that is fantastic. Holy shit. And then rocking some Duchess Nog, actually, also from Tribal Buddha in the Stack V3 from Deathwish Mods with the Unholy V3 on top. Got some serious coils on the inside. And, I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's me done. So, are you just gonna stare into the?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the host. I'm waiting for the host to take the show along.
I said that's me done, and then you just sat there and you're just like,
I've already done mine.
I know you've already done yours. So now that that is out of the way, Jesus Christ, Sloan, get your fucking life together. Holy shit.
Dude, that's like a big ask. Just saying.
I know.
It's trying. It's trying. I'm trying.
Yeah. So with all of that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start bringing people in one at a time just so it doesn't get too chaotic. If you guys do end up wanting to join us, go ahead and click the link inside the chat. It'll put you into a waiting room, and then Sloan will go ahead and bring people in one at a time. You know, you can go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us what you've been on, and then share some memories about the show, good, bad, ugly, however you guys want to do it. So, we'll get things going from there. So. Otherwise, if you guys had any questions, feel free to drop them in chat. We'll go ahead and answer those as best as we possibly can, and we'll keep chugging
I think people
along.
are very shy today.
Are they? No one wants to join us.
No,
Just us three. We didn't plan shit out, and so we're like, hey, have people come on the show, and then no one wants to join. All right, that's cool. Well, that's our show for today. Have a good one, people. Bye.
Bye.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, we could always talk about what are we expecting in this next year and things like that.
Yeah, hang on. This is for.
Shut up, Duchess. Oh,
Sir Rug wanted that.
I know he did. I saw it. This is exactly why Sewer Rug and I aren't friends anymore.
He said he wasn't going to send you coils anymore. Just fuck off on coils. Don't even bother asking them because you have 2 sponsors that are perfectly fine sending you whichever you need.
Well, Mike Haynes was going to join us, but he can't because he's in bed and his missus is naked.
Dude, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
can't argue with that.
That's fine. We got it. It's fine.
So, how's the both of you been since the last show? Have you been playing about anything new? Have you got any new coils coming out?
Nothing really. I mean, I'm still toying around with the idea of quad core aliens.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how I feel about it. Are they? I just collapse cores way too easily. That's just my main problem. Anything past 3, and I'm like, it's just going to shit really easily. But I've been getting better about it, so there's that. But maybe we'll see here in the next couple of months.
Quad cores really aren't that bad, honestly.
No, and I like them. They vape really well. Flavor on them is amazing. It's just I collapse them.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question. What's the verdict on the 1111? I'm still on the fence with it. Only for 2 reasons. It's only my reasons. It's got nothing to do with the thing. I hate the having to screw it from the middle. That annoys me.
Really?
Yeah, it's just because obviously you just tighten it just a little bit, just so. But if you do it too tight, you obviously dent your batteries. It could happen.
That's the
And
same
I
problem
don't-
with the scepter because it
And I
separates
really
in
Funny
the
as you
middle.
say that, but like with any other mod, it's the same problem. If you over tighten it,
See, that's why I haven't got it on me.
potential.
That's why I love the heavy hitter. It's just the push and turn, and then you're done. I love that about it. And the only other
I
thing
wouldn't
is-
know, man. I don't have one.
Hey, we got one person in. We got Mr. Dave Lloyd in.
Dave,
Hey, how are
You
you?
all right,
All right, you
How's it
guys got a
going?
new host, a mouthpiece. Just kidding.
Dave? And the only last thing that I don't like is this bottom bit is too sharp. Because obviously I hold mine quite low.
you have
I'm a weird one.
baby hands. That's all I gotta
Yeah,
Hey,
you got little baby Trump hands, bro.
little
say. No, I'm
baby-
just saying, like they're really soft, apparently, because even
They
trying
are.
to make braided coils, he was complaining about all the bleeding and things and how they're all.
Yeah, now you had to get a bunch of plasters and shit.
He dipped his hands in wax just so they wouldn't cut it.
Didn't even think about doing that. That could happen the next time.
What a crybaby.
I got a couple of Yankee candles laying about.
This guy. You're so dumb. Anyway, Dave, thank you so much for joining us. What are you vaping on, bud?
I have a Ragnar broken down to a dripper, which is not really a dripper, on the Guar 21.
Nice.
I mean, I don't really consider this a dripper. I mean, when it holds something like 6 mLs of juice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's more of a heavy RTA.
Yeah. It's like that with the Asgard 30 mil is like that too, bro. You dump like 10 mils of fucking liquid in there just to saturate the
It
cotton.
just sitting there going like this for like 2 minutes. It's funny.
What liquid you got in there?
I've got a pound cake, DIY pound cake.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Does
I just
sound
keep
good.
reusing bottles over and over.
Is
again.
this your own recipe or did you get someone to mix it up for you?
No, it's my own recipe, and I keep tweaking it because it's not where I want it to be just yet, but I'll get there. It's fun. I mean, the other day I mixed up probably 6 or 7 juices, and so most of everything I mix up is theory crafted,
Right.
and go from there. But there's a couple of really good mixes out there. There's an old one called Grant's
Yeah.
Custard. That's
Yeah.
a nice one.
Okay. Fair enough. Never heard of it, but I mean, if it's still around, shit, I'm always down for a good custard. So
It's
Right.
3 ingredients. It's from 2013 by a guy named Ole Erickson, I think it is. Anyways, you can find it on ELR. It's really good, but it's like a 3-week steep, so it's kind of a lot of people steer clear of that. But it's worth
See,
it.
that's-
man.
See, that's why I can never do mixing. I get too overexcited. And once I mix it, I want to vape it. And every day, I'm sort of like, well, let's try a little bit. And then I get like a week and a half in, and I've done half the bottle already.
unicorn milk is like that too. It's got like a fucking 1 month steep, dude, because
Yeah.
there's so much like cream in it. It's crazy. It's a crazy amount. But outside of that, any good memories from 2022 with the show? Anything that you've learned from us? Anything you wanna share?
Well, I watch you guys make wire, and I'm just, I wish I could make that. I've had this talk with Adam before. Alien wire. Oh, I just can't get it. I keep trying and trying and trying. Everything else
Don't give
is
up,
fine,
man.
but I
Yeah.
know, but when after like 15 attempts, you just think, oh man,
It took me 2 years. I don't know.
2 years. Holy
Yeah.
cow!
I mean, it's
I fucking hated myself.
Yeah, I
So
think
Not
I
a
was.
prodigy like Duchess here who gets third place in a runoff, but
Wow. This guy.
I think I was a year of pretty much daily attempts.
mhm.
Yeah, it took
And
me
then
about
he-
8 months.
It just clicks.
I think if I put
Eventually,
that
yeah.
kind of effort, I get there, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah, honestly, I started with a large gauge wire. I started with 2432 because my eyesight actually isn't really that good, so I'm surprised I can make coils the way I do. And I only started with those large wires so I could see what it was actually doing.
Right.
Yeah, it stressed me out massively learning how to make aliens. Like, it was really stressful. At some points, I thought I was never going to get it. But then, because I started with stretch and then went to no stretch. But I know Duchess was the other way round, weren't it?
Yeah, I started out with the no stretch and I went to the stretch. I learned how to stretch later.
Well, would you ever consider sticking at it again and trying to learn aliens?
I'm gonna try. You know what? Probably over the break,
we'll see.
Christmas break. I think I'll try. If I have some time off, I'll give it a whirl. Also, the problem too is I'm in a small condo. I don't have a lot of space, and I have 6 cats that are constantly running through the wire.
Oh yeah. That's a big issue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to patience and practice, honestly. Like, eventually you'll get to a point where like things finally like start to click and you'll get that like aha moment, right?
Right.
When the light bulb finally comes on. I mean, a lot of it, honestly, like outside of like technique, honestly, just comes down to feel, right? Because I know that these two have probably also had the same amount of questions as I've had, where people are like, "Well, can you teach me how to do this?" And I'm like, "No." and I
Like,
want to,
there's a basic-
but there's a basic like fundamentals that you have down, right? But again, like the stretch and like how you feel the wire and the tension that you put on it, it all comes down to personal preference and feel. Like there's no way to teach that, unfortunately. That's why I'm like, no, I can't teach you these. Like, there's parts of this you just have to learn on your own.
Yeah, it's even like when you see these alien maker things. They're all well and good, but at the same time, you can't really use it without some sort of base knowledge and feel
Yeah.
of being able to start to get it. But you just need that little helping hand. That's what it's great for.
I tried to use those, honestly. I thought they were trash. My coils came out gappy every single fucking time.
I've got to be honest. I know Jay sent me a couple to try.
Oh yeah, I sent you the whole lot.
Yeah, I got like the 26s, 27s, and 28s. And do you know what? They work really well. But the problem that I only found with it is it's cool if you're using like a hand drill. But if you go too fast on a lathe.
Yeah, on a lathe, it's a whole different thing. I don't like.
Yeah, so if I ever use them, is if I do like a massive run and I use them more as like core stabilizers, like one right in the middle, and it sort of stabilizes the vibration. So that's the only time I use them. But I got to be honest, if you're making them for yourself, they're a good little bit of kit if you can get hold of them, and I don't think they're too expensive either.
No, I found a website and I'll show you that still sells them. So.
It's like if you watch all the videos, everybody's got their own little technique.
100%.
And I know very much
liking the little donut looking things from Coil Factory. I've been using those lately. I'm liking them way better.
Yeah,
they're not as heavy on your coils and stuff like that. So
you can sort of screw them down, don't you? You don't have a set tension on them.
Yeah.
What's a lathe? Never heard of such a thing. Is
a lathe would be like I'll take a picture.
I don't have mine in this room, or else I'd bring it up.
Yeah, mine's in the garage. It's basically what you use to spin wood on. It's just been repurposed. It's just a really fast drill in a box.
Yeah,
it's probably about the easiest way to explain what it is.
It's a 775 motor with a chuck at the end.
Not the ones from the UK. The ones we got from the UK have a different motor, and they're not a 775.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is a 775 motor, so I can get them real easily. So I burnt mine out, and I just bought another one for like I think $20. And I was good to go. Yeah, I don't have to worry much about parts because they're not that expensive.
Right. Yeah. No, we have a different motor. It's proprietary. I think it's like
Yeah.
a 898 or something. I don't remember.
Mm.
Well, I think the interesting thing is if you ever watch people coil building, so you've got like Endivine, you've got Gravel Throat, you've got Asian Kit, all them. Everyone's setup is sort of a bit of a Frankenstein. So it's bits and pieces from like I know Asian Kit uses a bit of wood, so it's like a man-made bit of wood. I know people use bits of metal or just random boxes. I know what was his name, Sherlock Holmes. Used to sit his drill on top of a little laundry basket with a towel on top.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's loads of different ways of doing that.
There's mine right there. So basically, there's a motor in here. This is actually a housing that Coil Factory makes. And then you just put that in there, and this chuck connects through this guy. And then I do have like a core holder at the end. But this thing, I think it tops out at like 8,600 RPM.
Where did you get the core holder from?
Coil Factory.
Coil Factory. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like it's a German website, so
Yeah.
like I know you're in Canada, so shipping will take some time, but it's so worth it. At least
Yeah,
for
no,
me,
I've seen.
it's worth
I've
it.
gone to their site. I just didn't see that there.
And their what's it called? Their swivels are pretty nice. I like them.
Yeah, I've got two Coil Factory ones. I've got a magnetic one as well, which I'm waiting for the new magnets.
Yeah, his magnet's broken shipping.
Anthony,
Hello, mate.
What's happening?
What up, Anthony? So this is the one that Sloan and I actually. Oh, whoops, sorry. No, I don't want to transfer that. That's the one that Sloan and I actually have. Just normal box. Just got a motor on the inside. Same thing that Sloan or that Klowne has, except for he pieces together. We bought ours in a kit, so because Sloan and I are lazy and didn't want to do it ourselves.
Well, I've got half
Bosch
classic
bitches
Cloud.
because his costs like 3 times as much as mine.
Yeah, dude.
That's
It's
the
like
problem.
Well, considering mine's a
expensive.
mix of classic clouds and Coil Factory and B&Q and random
Well,
bits
because
of
you've
wood.
had to like rebuild yours for some weird reason.
So we have the one and only with us, Mr.
Yeah.
Anthony Ramella.
The show sponsor himself. What's going on, bud?
Yeah, if you let the show sponsor know that you're having people on the show, maybe I'd be ready to go when the show gets started, you know?
Listen, you can
Or I
blame
could do
that
some
on
promos for it or something, you know?
Sloan.
I blame you
didn't
for
even
everything.
find out. Listen, I didn't even find out until 24 hours after they had already set plans for the show.
Sloan is perfect. Like, I don't know what the, you know, he's awesome. So I got no issue
It's
there.
because Duchess does not
Okay.
live on UK time where I do. Like me and Sloan can talk all night and stuff because I work overnight. I'm on UK hours.
Yeah, and there are many times that I've contacted Klowne, and like within 10 minutes at 3:00 in the morning, I get a response. So I totally get that. And because I work for myself, I'm up when I want to be. I sleep when I want to. You know, that's just how it is. So there's many times I get up and I'm like, oh yeah, the one of the UK shows is on. Like, let's hang out with Legion for a while because I'm up and he's on. So I see how that goes.
So what coils are you vaping on there, Mr. Ramella?
Oh man, the sad thing is, what's in this are Breestone's coils.
Nice. Who cares?
I have had
Adam does
such
good coils.
horrible luck with RDAs, and I went out to Steel Valley Vapors a couple weeks ago and brought every RDA that I own because all of them is just hot liquid in my mouth for the last few years. Like I just gave up on them. And one of the guys in the shop listened to what I had to say, asked me like the style of vaping that I do, and he actually set me up, and it works great. Like I don't have that problem. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do when I need to change these, but they're the right height, it's the right cotton, and I can chain vape this, and it doesn't get hot, and that's one of the big things. Like I am a huge chain vapor. Like I heard Dave talking about he got his GAR 21. I don't know exactly how you say it, GAR 21. But my GAR 21 has over 270,000 puffs on it. So I mean, I chain vape. Yeah,
hell.
I'm going for 300,000. That's my goal with this one. 276,656 right now. So
I mean, you're in Ohio, right?
I am. Yeah.
I mean, me and Will are probably the closest to you that I know of off the top of my head. So I mean, you can
Yeah,
send
but
it to either
Will
one
is
of us.
still like Will's shop is still like 5 hours away from me. So it's not like it's just like, yeah, drive around the corner to the Steel Valley. It's like it's a 2-day trip, like to
Look,
do.
I get it. It's like a 4-hour drive from Buffalo for me. So
It's probably closer for me to drive to Canada to see like Overdrip or Sammy Nitro than it is to go to his shop. But I was already going, so I was like, what the hell? But yeah. So somebody had gifted me, Thick Nick, Angela's husband, gifted me a grip and a redemption, and I'd never used them. And they were just sitting, in their little cases for the longest time. And so I took them with me when I went, and they were like, wow, you have a grip? Like and I like it because it's side fire. I don't have the video game hands to be able to do the bottom fire and all. It's like, that's just not how I vape. But yeah, they got this thing set up, and he shined it up really nice for me, and that lasted about a day, and then it's not really shiny anymore. But yeah, it was gorgeous when he got done with it, and yeah, I can't tell you how much I have enjoyed that. It makes me like bakery so much better.
Because Treble Buddha wants to know what coil killing liquid you have in there.
That's the thing. I was going to jump in and say that.
All my liquids are coil.
Yeah. Anthony's single-handedly responsible for a worldwide super sweet shortage.
He has a 50-gallon drum in his backyard.
Whine and say that my one-on-one flavor order that I ordered after another one, and it's come much quicker than I'm still waiting on flavors that I ordered. So, yeah, I've been mixing up some stuff and having a good time with that. I went into a really kind of crazy combination the other day. I have a Mexican candy cinnamon mixed with a cherry candy, and it's just something that I'm trying out. It's not there yet, but it's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Just watch out with cinnamon. Watch out for any Ultim or plastic, because it'll eat it alive. I had an insert on a Valhalla that got turned to powder, as well as a K-Fun Ultim tank turned.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to use them with anything acrylic, that's for sure. But I've seen cinnamon so bad where you had you could see like the line of oil separate from it, and I haven't had any of that issue here. But yeah, I worked at a vape shop that sold this flavor called Fireball, and we used to have to tell customers, you got to shake that shit before you use it because it's going to separate on you like salad dressing. Like it was bad. But my tried and true, the thing that I like my all day vape most of the time is a flavor of mine called Purple Nurple, and it's a like a grape soda candy flavor. Like everything I have is candy, but yeah, that's how it goes. But I found a great flavor that I think is the bomb that doesn't taste like medicine, and I love it. I really do, but for most people, it's way too sweet. It's way too sweet.
What's that?
You still have some in the original Big Cock Juice bottles.
Yeah, because this is stupid sweet.
It is. I'm not saying it's not, but when I started mixing and was able to do it for sub-ohm tanks, which is what I primarily use, I love it. Like I really do.
Honestly, it's really good. It's just like for my palate, it's way too much sweetener, but it's still really, really good.
Yeah, if you listen to a lot of these guys mix like Dave and Klowne, they'll put 0.5% of super sweet in, and that's it. And a combination between candy enhancer and super sweet for me is usually right around 3%. So that's a big difference.
Jesus,
that's a big
difference.
Dude, I just got diabetes hearing that.
Oh my god.
Like a 1.5% of super sweet, 1.5% of the other. Rarely do I go less than that. Rarely.
Holy cow. But you know what? If that's what you like, that's what you like. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who are we to judge?
I buy my super sweet by the liter because that's how I use it. So
I told you there's a shortage.
Yeah, most of my mixes
I think I've been using the same bottle for like 3, 4, 5 months, maybe longer.
A bottle that small would last me no time at all. Like it just wouldn't. Not at all.
So, as being a stock coil user mainly, obviously having rebuildables as well, what would you reckon the pros and cons are for each? Just for people, there's people in chat that haven't moved over to rebuildables and still using stock coils. What are the pros and cons, would you say?
Finding that tank that your coils will last. Finding that coil tank combination that you have some time with, because the major downfall for sub-ohm tanks has always been if you get a liquid that you really like, you're probably going to burn through coils in a matter of a few days. And so the cost becomes the issue, because as everything goes up, so do the prices of coils. The Falcon for me has met that criteria, because I can get a good 2 weeks out of a coil. And so that makes a huge difference when you're talking about sub-ohms. And I've been through the gambit. Like, I was just like, when I was looking for my RDA stuff, I was going through, and I can't believe the amount of sub-ohm tanks that I own. I mean, for you guys, you own a lot of drippers, and I get that. And I probably have 4 or 5, which is not a lot. I understand that. But I probably have 30 plus sub-ohm tanks.
Wow.
Because when I worked at the vape shop, I was constantly trying different ones to find something that would last and also would provide good flavor. I mean, I was a big Baby Beast guy for a long time because I didn't know any better. But I've been through tanks like the Scion, I believe is the name of it. I think Inikin makes it.
Yeah, I have them.
Like a day and a half on a coil. And I'm just like, man, this is terrible. Like that whole combo that they had, because they had this one kit that you could put the Scion. It came with the Scion, and you would drain the battery faster than you could recharge one to put in it. It was a really, because that tank, you had to run it at like 80 watts to get it to actually run right. And by the time the battery was down, for a guy like me who chain vapes, it just wasn't a good combination. So I always give everybody the same advice. Try a Falcon King. See what you think about it, because there is a plethora of coils available. If you're a cloud chaser, they have stuff for that. If you're a flavor chaser, they have stuff for that. And they use things like bamboo and all these kind of different things in their cotton to make it last longer. And it works. It really does work.
Have you ever tried those rebuildable sub-ohm coils?
I have
the
some of
RDAs.
those things. I've never tried them because they're so small, and I'm not a small guy, and I don't have small fingers. I'm not going. And honestly, I was a mechanic for most of my life. I'm not building another goddamn thing that I don't have to. Like, I've done all of that I want to do.
I mean, here's the thing: if you send it my way, I'll build it for you, Anthony.
Yeah, but then that means I have to leave my house, dude. I haven't left my house in months. Walmart
No,
delivery is one of the best
delivered.
things in the world. Like, they grocery shop for me. It's awesome.
Just schedule pickup.
And I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment building, so yeah, it's I could do that, but honestly,
Just toss it down the stairs.
yeah,
Like, I'm not coming down, bro.
just let it
A
go.
little micro alien in one of those rebuildables would work well.
It probably would. The issue that I run into, I think, a lot is finding that cotton that I really like. I've went through a lot of that, different styles of that, and I know that's a huge controversy in the vaping industry, because they'll talk a lot about coils and who has good coils, and only one person on the panel has their coils that have been voted on and judged and in the top 10.
And
So,
lost.
hey, you're in the top 10. You're in the top 10. I'll give you that.
He's
I
in the
didn't see
top 10 in
Duchess
the
on that
UK.
list.
In the
Where
UK.
was Duchess' name on that list? I must have missed it.
That was in the UK.
We're not in the
only.
UK.
Grim Green's not in the UK.
He's also
Yeah, but
got
he's
a million
also
and a half.
international.
followers.
Hey, you guys just said UK.
He's
Thank you,
known in the
Anthony.
UK.
With a name like Duchess, they
We're
would
not
probably
known
vote for you in the UK. I'm just giving you shit. Anyway,
There's always next year.
I can't really give Duchess too much shit because he shouts me out every time he's in chat, no matter where he is, and I really thoroughly appreciate it. So
No.
no,
We've
it's-
got Connor's popped up and said his M1 Plus coils for the Falcon King was elite. Honestly, the best sub-ohm tank to date.
yeah, M1 pluses is what I use. Absolutely. And when I was down at Steel Valley, I bought a box, and I don't mean like a pack, like where you get 3 coils in a little box. I bought an entire box,
Case. Wow.
yeah, of coils, like because
Yeah,
I will
wholesale.
use them.
Right.
and they're a bitch to find sometimes. And that's the other problem is that the availability of these pre-built coils to get them shipped to you or to find them can be a pain because, these companies, especially Smock or however you guys want to say that, I hate them for the reason that they continue to come out with stuff so fast that they lose quality in their older coils so that you just don't have the same quality. And Horizon Tech, it's pretty good. And the problem is, like, Horizon Tech keeps coming out with new products that are good, but I don't think they're as good as this. Like, I think they just nailed it with this one, and I don't think that they. And the nice thing is, you can use those coils in not only the Falcon King, but also the original Falcon. So no matter which style of that you like, you can use it in that. The only thing that I don't like about this tank is the flip open top. It's a spring loaded button push flip open, and the spring wears out. I mean, that's that's part of it. The nice thing about the original Falcon is that it's got a screw off top. So the screw off top, isn't going to wear out like the spring one is. So that's the big. I still have the original, and when I was down at Will's, he had these sweet looking resin ones that I hadn't seen in like 5 years, and so I ended up buying one of those. I don't know if it'll ever come out of the package because it's just so beautiful. But I have it as a reserve, and just in case I need it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the cotton that you were mentioning and finding cotton that you actually like. When you were down at Will's shop, it depends on who wicked it up for you. Because I know some people, they bring their own cotton. I know for the multiple times that I've been down there, majority of the shop just uses fucking cotton bacon primes.
I've had to re-wick it since I've been home. So, and I just used cotton pads. I have one of these industrial size, like vape shop boxes of cellulose that I'm never going to use. Yeah. But it was one of those things like, here, do you want this? And I'm like, well, yeah, I have some RDAs at home. It's like, man, this is like, I would use that to stuff a teddy bear, but that's really it. Like, there's no other real use for that at all.
If you're ever stuck, there's always 13 feet off Amazon, and that's pretty good stuff.
See, I know people,
I believe you.
People talk about rayon or something. I know a little while people were talking about that stuff for a while.
I don't know if I trust that yet.
I wouldn't go rayon.
No, I remember people talking about it at the expo, but I've managed to grab a box of fuzz. Never heard of it before, and that's actually quite a nice cotton. It's quite robust as well.
Out of your navel?
Yes. Off my chin, butt fuzz.
What chin hair?
I know it's in the cool can. It's in a nice big can.
No, yeah, it's making a joke. That's all.
It's made by the.
Well, it's out of the old navel. Yeah,
it's made by the Yorkshire Vapor.
Okay,
but it's the same price as like Cotton Bacon Prime, same price as Cloud 9. I love Cloud 9, but this is giving it a run for its money, and there's a hell of a lot more to it.
Do you find if you take out some Cloud 9, just rub it between your fingers, it doesn't feel like cotton? There's something else in there with it, for sure.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
there's something else in there for sure. I don't know what it is, but there's something else in there that kind of throws me off.
It has a weird feel to it.
Yeah, it's like almost fiberglass feel to it.
But if you cut the same amount off of Cloud 9, it will do 2-3 mils. If you cut the same amount off from Fuzz, you probably get about 5 re-wicks off that on 3 mils.
Okay.
So what you're saying, David Lloyd, is I shouldn't be using that pink cotton that I have coming out of the wall. That's
probably not a good idea. And you could also put the asbestos to the side as well.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, my first full-time job as an adult at like 18 was asbestos removal.
Oh boy.
Yeah, one of these times we'll have to sit down and talk about the number of different jobs that I've had because I've run the gamut for sure.
When I was in the Army, we used to, every now and then, they'd have like a bug out, and they'd like 300 Army trucks would bug out of Montreal, fully equipped with everything, right? And there was one time we went to Asbestos, Quebec, not named that anymore.
Yeah.
You'd see mountains of the tailings from the asbestos mine in like open air. I took one look at that. I said, I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Sure.
Yeah, one of the biggest jobs I ever did was at Eli Lilly, which is a big pharmaceutical company here in the States.
Oh, yeah, we know who they are.
Yeah, we were cutting, and it comes in all forms and fashions too, which is funny because it comes as you like theirs was on their roof, so we had to basically re-roof it after we were done. yeah, that was one of my first jobs, and it was one of the jobs where on my very first day at work, they make you wear like these paper suits, and you're not supposed to wear anything underneath of them, so you don't take the fibers home with you. And you know, I'm a new guy. I didn't know any better. So I'm naked underneath this thing. And most of the people are wearing like nylon shorts, rip the crotch all the way out of these things. And I'm just standing on this roof, balls swinging in the wind, you know, working this job. Because you have to wear this big thing, like looks like a scuba mask on your face. So you can't see down there. Like it blocks your vision. You know, it's just, you could only see like from here. And I didn't know. And I was just like, man, it's breezy up here. Like it's nice and cool. And then at the end of the day, I take the mask off and like I am just, and this is a co-ed crew. So just looking at my cock all day and nobody says a goddamn word to me. They're all probably just first day on the job. Never did that again.
This guy's very proud of himself.
I hope everybody got a nice show. That's all I maybe that's why I do the Friday Fallout now. I'm built for that kind of shit. So who knows?
Yeah. So you've been sponsoring this show for a while. So I know you've been around for quite a minute, Anthony. But any good memories from 2022? Anything you've possibly learned from the show at all?
Well, I've learned that Cloud Cartel doesn't know how to adjust the volume on the stream.
That's true.
Okay. And I've also learned that I never, ever want to build coils. It's fun to watch you guys do it. And there are different things in my life that I like to do that you guys would probably never do. But that's just one of those areas that I'm just like, I'm glad somebody's out there that really likes to do that. And that's the thing. Like, if you like doing something like that, high praise to you. But for me, that just looks like a fucking pain in the ass. Like I have no desire to do that. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that do it. Some do it well and some don't. And the funny thing is you hear behind the scenes, like some people that I had a higher regard for until I found out, basically somebody told me with this person's coils, and I'm not going to name drop or anything like that. But well, you could use his coils if you like spending a week getting rid of hot spots. Like, so I know that there's a problem.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yes. So I know that there can be issues.
He shows up.
I have made like round wire coils before, just because I needed a coil for something when I was working at the shop. I did learn that you don't buy the big pack of Chinese coils with all the tiger and giraffe and all the other shit that they have in those. Those are not good. Like I said, I ran through the gamut before I actually got into the community. And by that time, I was so frustrated with RDAs that I was just like, fuck that shit. I'm just going to use this and be happy with it. I will never go to pods just because I am a direct lung guy, and mount the lung has just no interest in me whatsoever. So, being able to sub ohm and being an ex-cigar smoker, that's what worked for me. So I like the sad thing is people enjoy your content because you're animated and you guys have good conversations and it's not all about coil building, but a lot of them just won't take that step into doing an RDA. Some of them are probably even a little scared of it. It's just one of those things. But if you put them in a sub ohm tank, for some reason they feel like that's safer and more convenient for them. The disposable thing is, that's the essence of convenience, but honestly, it's way too expensive. I
get that, to a point, right? Because I understand that trying to learn battery safety and Ohm's law and all these other things that go into having to build an RDA and make sure that it's safe, whether it's on a regulated or not, is very complex, and it can be real mentally taxing at times because you're no fucking clue, I don't know what I'm doing here, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so I get it.
You could make your own electricity if you really wanted to, and there are guys out there that do that shit, but I'm not spending time building a windmill and buying deep cycle batteries and all this other. It can be done if that's what you want to do. It's just why wouldn't I just spend $25 and buy a set of coils and just be like, thanks for playing, I'm good.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's funny because it kind of relates to Clown's other show with the mixing it up thing. Like before that show, I had never mixed a bottle of e-liquid, never even really attempted to do that, because
Yeah.
I just thought, hey, that sounds, I mean, I love to cook and I like all the, flavors and stuff that go into that. But mixing just always seemed really foreign to me. And, when they showed me how to do it, I got addicted to doing that. Now, would I, expect everybody that vapes to make their own liquid? No, because it would be disastrous. Like your first couple of months doing it, I mean, you make basically the best tasting bathroom cleaner that's out there. You throw away hundreds of mils of liquid until you figure out what works for you and how to, deal with all those flavors. To me, that's fun. Making coils just, no, it just doesn't sound like fun, but I still enjoy watching the show and watching somebody else do it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're someone like Klowne and you just maim yourself every time you even attempt to do anything, like I get it. Like it's a real dangerous job.
I'm naturally clumsy anyway, so if you put me with the drill and wire cutters and anything like that, I am definitely going to hurt myself. And it's just part and parcel of it, and it's funny. And I have noticed that a lot of people, like in chat, especially on like my show as well, they come because they know they might see me cut the end off my finger. They know they might see a bit of blood. They know I might burn myself, and it's just a bit of extra content.
I'm just waiting for you to kiss the dragon live on YouTube.
Oh, I've done that a couple of times, but not live. But it's like the show on Friday. I went through the whole stream, not hurting myself. Right at the end, I kicked the edge of the table and took off the corner of my toenail off. So I'm sitting there, finished the show, and I've just got like blood on my toe. So it always happens. But like with the mixing stuff,
I mean, we watched Frames cut his finger just clipping cotton one time on a build off. So I mean, shit happens.
Yeah. Like with the mixing it, I was watching Mixing It Up. And they gave me the bug. I thought, oh, that's going to be a piece of piss. It's not going to be that difficult. So me and the missus went on to, I think it was called Make Me Vape, a UK DIY shop thing. Bought all these flavors, and I was like, bit of this, bit of that, bit of that. It smelled like moldy forest, and it tasted exactly the same. I've tried it 4 or 5 times, and each time it's been horrendous, isn't it? But
hey, I give you a recipe you liked.
Yes, if someone gives me a recipe, like I know I've made Scrapwood, the Scrapwood original that he gave me one as well. If you give me a recipe, I can follow it. If I have to make something, I just get a bit overexcited, and it's like, oh, do like 5 drops of this. Oh, I'll give it 10. It'll be all right. And yeah, it doesn't work.
It won't be.
No, it's not.
I guarantee you it won't be.
Because when you look at the concentrate, you're like, that ain't going to be enough. I ain't going to be able to take that.
Hey, I'm with you, pal. I was there. I did. And the thing about me, and I'm sure that some of you guys are the same way. Like the recipes are fine, but I can't go by that. Like I have to do my own thing. I have to go my own way. I have to try my own thing. And honestly, I'm really glad that I did, because I never would have put as much sweetener in my liquids because nobody else does that. Like, but also everybody's using drippers, and I'm like, that's a totally different animal. And I say it all the time, but man, if you have a sub-ohm tank out there and you're not getting the flavor out of it, you need to talk to somebody who mixes for sub-ohm tanks. It's a different animal. It's a completely different animal.
Yeah. A lot of commercial juices are well suited for sub-ohm. That's the thing,
Yeah, but they're trying to be the best of both worlds, and that doesn't work for anybody.
Yeah. But from the sweetness standpoint, commercial juices tend to be a lot sweeter.
Yeah, if you're having trouble with sweetness and you want to buy a commercial liquid, go with Homeboy. Like that stuff is really sweet. I can't afford the prices for that, so I make my own. But that is a good juice for somebody who wants it for a sub-ohm tank. But if you mix up some of the stuff they make on Mixing It Up, and Sifu puts in 0.5 of this and 0.5 of that and 0.5 of this and has mixed 4%, you ain't gonna taste a fucking thing. Like I've gotten liquids from him and had to add sweetener to them. I'm like, dude, there's no way that's enough for my palate. But it's a good starting point for sure. So ELR is a great place to find recipes and get an idea. And it's funny, I can understand everything Cloud Cartel says today because I've been watching a ton of British Bake Off. So but one of the reasons that I've been doing that is because it gives me flavor ideas, combinations that I might not have thought about before. And yeah, that's kind of why I tried this Mexican candy, cherry thing. I'm like, let's try it, see what happens. I like both of those flavors. I've been trying to get to that. They used to have like these Mike and Ikes, but they were cinnamon flavored. I can't remember what they're called. They're not red
hot tamale.
Yeah. So I've been trying to I'm trying to get to that flavor is really what I'm going for. But I don't want that super spicy cinnamon. I just want it enough in there that I know it's there, but I still need the sweetness.
Yeah.
I made that recipe for a hot tamale.
Because I'm bitter as fuck, so I need a lot of sweetness. That's just how it goes.
I found it so cloudy. I took a look at that and said, I don't know about vaping that.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just real interesting the way that the liquids work out, like combination with like the coils itself, because like certain coils, whether you're on sub or not, right, they give off a different flavor, especially because it depends on like what wattage you're also using simultaneously, right? So, we gotta do that. Thank you.
So, do you guys typically find yourself leaning more towards the bakery flavors?
I'm a bakery person primarily, just in general, anyways. Bakeries and desserts, I'm all for it. Give me a real good custard or an ice cream or cheesecake or whatever. Like, I'm about it all day long.
I buy my dessert flavors in like 500 ml bottles.
There you go.
Liquid bar and ice cream. And I got 500 of that, and because that's exactly where I am too.
Yeah, I just got some one-on-one marshmallow because I'm trying to nail down this. Basically, it's a Frankenberry marshmallow was what I'm going for, and I've got the rest of the recipe done. But the company that made the marshmallow that I used is no longer around, like a lot of companies. So I'm going to try this one-on-one to see how it goes.
One-on-one's really good.
That's what everybody tells me. So I bit the bullet and made the order. So yeah, and while I was on there, bought 10 more flavors because that's exactly what I needed. That's the other thing too. Like if you're gonna get into mixing, like it's addictive. Like at first you think you're gonna save money, and then you end up with for me, which is a low number of like 200 concentrates. I'm saying that because Clown's on here. But yeah. I don't even know how many you have, Dave. I don't even want to guess.
Dave has more than I do.
No.
Yeah.
Well, how many do his cats have versus how many he has? But
yeah. No, I have about 750 now, I think.
750.
Exactly.
750 concentrates.
I'm at like 416.
Wow. I know plenty of people well over 1,000.
Oh, no, yeah. Dude,
Daniel probably 2,000.
Tribal Buddha is at 396 as of right now.
But you don't have to do that. You can buy 20 flavors and use those all the time.
Mallory Gates is the best example. Mallory Gates has very few flavors. She makes fantastic recipes.
Yeah, like my all-day vape is like 5 flavors or 5 concentrates, I should say. 2 of them are sugar, but 5
That's anyway, we're going to take a real quick half-second break for the sponsor of the show, our main man, Anthony Ramella, over here at Oink Squad, bro. If you guys don't know what Oink Squad is, then the fuck are you doing with your life?
Yeah,
out the mug.
Really, go buy a fucking Sloan Sour mug, all right? Right now, go do it, all right? Head over to oinksquad.com. Go pick yourself up a mug and any other merch that you got. They've got Shit Time Podcast, Mixing It Up. We may possibly have something for Codename eventually. Who knows? Anthony doesn't really like us that much, so, we'll see. Anyway, outside of that, Sloan, please go ahead. right, and that is the sponsor of the show, Oink Squad, our main man, Anthony Romella. Anthony, is Oink Squad still doing multimedia as well, or are you only doing merch?
Actually, it's Oink Squad Media is actually the name of the company. So yes, I do everything still. And I always like to tell people, if you think it's going to be expensive, it's not. So if you have a YouTube show and you're like, I don't think I can afford to get an intro, you probably can. I do this stuff. Like even recently, I did a commercial because Poon Sauce was releasing a beer, and I just did it for him for nothing. Just because I want to support people in this industry. I want to support shows like this because, I know that there's somebody out there. I mean, it sounds like I'm preaching. There's somebody out there that needs Jesus. No, but there's somebody out there that needs debate. And, if they find it and, it's because of something, some ad or intro or something that I did, then, that makes me happy. So I definitely, want to do that. I've been kicking around a few ideas for Codename Wired. It's something maybe we can talk about, after the show or whatever. But I have a really killer idea that I think you guys are going to really like. So, but yeah, there's T-shirts over there. There's mugs over there. There's hoodies over there. And here in the next 2 months, I'm going to have my own way to print those myself. So our prices will drop considerably when I'm able to do that, because right now I have to pay somebody else to do it, and that does get a little pricey. And the nice thing is, use the code SHEDTIME, 20% off, and I ship to Canada, I ship to the UK, and I ship to Australia. So no excuses. You can get what you want, and everything ships free off the site. There is no shipping. Nice. So the price you see is the price you pay, baby.
Is there going to be a Sloan Sour blanket anytime soon? Because
no.
I just want to wrap myself up in Sloan's face at night and stay warm.
That sounds fucking horrendous.
It does. I have your mug. That thing is great. You could take a bath in that mug. It's so big.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. It turned out. I wondered what it was. Just what the fuck is this?
Because Oink Squad is living the large lifestyle, baby. We don't do anything small.
Yeah,
I almost took smalls and mediums off of the website. Like, if you're that little, fuck off. Like I've got 5X's on there. Like how many shirts do you go out there to see and there's a 5XL? You know why? Because I wear a 5XL. So fuck you. That's how this is gonna go.
Yeah, dude. We need big people shirts, bro. There's not enough people like that.
You know what I do need to start selling on the site is those Anthony Romella glasses. I mean, I've promoted them so goddamn much that I should at least get some money off of them.
Right.
I know Connor's just gone out. Connor's gone out and bought some, and everybody knows him as the Anthony Romella glasses. And
you guys started that shit. You guys started that shit. I had no say in that whatsoever.
We didn't start that. Klowne started it.
What?
I was watching a UK coil builder on Instagram doing Instagram live, and there was like, I bought some Romella glasses, and I was like, what? So it's actually gone further afield than just our shows.
I actually need to get new goggles because the clip came off of my headset when I was pulling them off after I was doing some stitched aliens, and I'm sure
the show sponsor can handle it. If you just
those things are so fragile, Duchess.
Just resend your address. I'll pay the $20 and get you a new set.
I shattered so many of those by dropping them.
That's the thing. I've changed computers and stuff, and I've lost a bunch of addresses. So, if people are like, "Oh, he has my address," don't think that that's the case. I may not.
Yeah. So,
before we go any further, I know you was asking what other people's favorite part of the show was, but I thought I would give you my favorite part of the show. So, enjoy this.
8 fucking votes.
and one sympathy vote for Duchess. So it looks like Klowne not only takes the dub for fastest build, but also the dub for best looking build. So Klowne coming in, hanging out with us from across the pond, taking the dub. Man, congratulations, my friend.
For Queen Country.
Dude.
For Queen Country, is that what you just said?
That is hilarious, dude.
So that was my.
Fuck you, mate.
Wow.
I found it on the computer and I was like, I've got to re-upload that and play it again.
Dude, you're a fucking asshole.
I think it's brilliant because that's the kind of shit I do on Friday nights. So I'm all board for that.
It is what it is. It's fine.
You guys are evil.
Oh, you think that's
was
bad?
nothing
You
to do with
should see how we talk to each other in the Discord.
Yeah, it's pretty horrendous.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Shut up,
But-
Duchess. Oh,
So
shut up,
I know that this
Duchess.
is shut the
Oh,
fuck up.
shut
I know
up,
that this is
Duchess.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
shut up, Duchess.
What the hell?
Sorry, mate, go on. I'll put.
I was gonna say I know that this is our show, but anything that you guys have pulled away from this show and have I mean maybe potentially made you better in the long run? Either of
Talk
you?
to us.
Yes, I'm talking to you. I said this is our show, right?
I wasn't listening.
Holy fuck, pay attention.
I've got to be honest. The show for me, anyway, has made me push myself a lot more and try other stuff. And honestly, this sounds really soppy, but I like the fact that I've become a lot closer with Jay and Duchess. And me and Duchess has got a love relationship, but he doesn't want to admit it.
That
He just
tension
wants to
is
rag
so
on me.
fucking awkward for me.
Duchess wants to be little
Stuck in the
spoon, and we
middle
know
of all
it.
this. It's like
Duchess is
walking in
little
on your
spoon.
parents or something.
But no, on a serious note, I just love the fact that we've been able to do this show for 2 seasons and seen all of us progress and try new things, and it's just really nice. And everybody in chat, I know there's people in chat that have gone on to Coil Build because of our show and have tried other stuff, and it's just really nice. And I like hanging out with you guys. So that's my highlight. As well as beating Duchess twice in one night. Jay?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've done a lot. I've been trying to sit here and think. I mean, been nice bringing in some guests talking about just different things. Like when we had Duchess's buddy talk about like the more industry side of things when it comes to being an influencer and businesses and junk, and how much like a lot of people don't realize behind the scenes how much we actually have to do and take care of. I mean, I know Duchess is trying to get a site off the ground and he's having to deal with New York regulations and this and that. And
Yeah, and I still got to
It's
get a
not
business license before I can sell coils and shit. It's a
Mhm.
crazy deal.
And then like even having like Gravel Throat and Asia Kitten last weekend or last show, that was fun because we got to see more of like the coil craft versus just standing
the
like,
hobbyist
building.
side of things.
Yeah, like the super hobbyist because that's like just next level, honestly.
Yeah.
Like even I've shown some people, I was like, yeah, check out this is the dragon coil, and they're like expecting like something vapable, and they're like, holy shit, that's an actual fucking dragon. I was like, yeah, that's what I said, it's the dragon coil.
Right. And the dragon is the size of this goddamn drip tip.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's crazy. Okay,
So,
fair enough.
It's been good.
I would say for me, I think best parts of the show were all of the bumpers that Anthony Ramella made for us. Because, you know, he's just a good guy. All
Also,
around.
that he went back through them and fixed the audio because Adam couldn't figure the fuck out.
Yeah,
I've got to give myself
yeah.
credit. I've only just worked out how to do it, which I was well happy with. It took me 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to probably agree with the both of you guys. I mean, it's been an absolute honor having Anthony sponsor this show. But I mean, as far as us being builders itself, you know, from all the challenges that we did to, you know, the guests that we've had the opportunity to talk to and everything else, it's just been, I mean, an absolute pleasure to do this show. I know we're ending 2022, we're coming into 2023, and it's just going to be, you know, things are just going to get even better from there. new coils are going to come out from all of us eventually at some point. New techniques are going to be learned. Maybe new friends are going to be made along the way, as far as like who we know in the industry and who can help us out and whatnot, right? Because let's face it, this whole thing is really community driven in the first place. Whether you're mixing, and you've got things like mixing it up, or you're mixing with the noted people or anything else. You know what I mean? Like all of this is community driven, and it's just it's really nice to see. So I definitely think that seeing the growth between all of us from both sides, but especially with us in the coil building industry, like it's just been an absolute pleasure to be a part of, honestly. And I just, as sappy as it sounds, I actually can't wait to see what comes through 2023.
100%. We've got a lot to come.
Yeah, I still got to learn how to make staggered fuse Claptons. Nobody actually vapes them because everyone wants aliens, but I'll learn them eventually.
Do you know what? Staggered's are proper taking off over here.
Yeah, no one in America wants them, bro. Everyone wants aliens.
Well, everybody in England drinks like a fish, so no wonder they stagger.
That's true. That's very true.
I think I'm one of the only Englishmen that don't drink.
My God, like the amount of booze they put in those baked goods on that goddamn show. It's like, man, I would never do that, but they love doing that shit. Like, I don't get it, but rock on. That's what you want to do. You guys just call it the baking show over there because you're in Britain. You don't have to have the. Never mind. Bad joke. Sorry.
I got the joke. I understood you, Anthony.
So I'm on the wrong show for jokes. I'm sorry.
He's a little bit slow. You have to forgive him.
I know what you meant.
That's why his name starts with slow. Because he's just a little bit
lost in translation.
Did you ride the short trolley to school? No, just kidding.
He's also the only British person that doesn't drink tea either. Right?
That's probably not true, but that is unusual for sure. Especially with his strong accent. Like there are people that from Britain that don't have, like he's got a major accent, which I love. But usually those guys are big tea drinkers. But it's all the little idiosyncrasies. Like, Duchess, you were familiar with a lot of it because of your relationships, but a lot of us definitely weren't. And the first couple of times that Klowne was on, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, he just uses nomenclature that we don't use
I've also spent time in the UK, so it was like just kind of normal for me.
Yeah, and there's some words that I wish we would adopt in the States that we don't. Like queuing. Queuing is one of my favorite English words because we don't have a word for that. We have waiting in line, like it's a sentence. Like we don't have queuing is a great word. And then my all-time favorite word that gets brought up all the time on the other show is knackers. Like I love that. Like I don't know why, but I fucking love that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, knackered.
Knackers and
we don't say rubbish. Like that just sounds weird to us. It's trash.
Yeah.
Or when something's bad, like it looks like the dog's dinner. Like where the fuck did that come from? Like we just say it looks like
ill, rough as arseholes. That's another one.
Yeah.
What is it?
If you're ill, you're rough as arseholes.
I love all of that. I really do. Like, I can watch Guy Ritchie movies now and understand what's going on just because I messed up.
Right? I'm gonna have me a crafty kit.
I think the best one was, it's reminded me when we done the first season and I was talking about whacking in the coils and Jay nearly wet himself.
Oh yeah, you were talking about whacking all the time.
Yeah, and I didn't know what a single cigarette was called over there, and I was watching a show one time and I'm like, God damn, these people are like really bigoted. I had no idea.
It's okay. I
It's just a
recently
slang
taught
term.
Adam the saying, when you assume you make an ass out of you and me. He did not know that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
There was a girl who had called her mom because she had won something on the show, and her mom said something like that was, that was bloody awesome or something like that. And she's like, "Mom, don't cuss." And I'm thinking, we wouldn't even consider that like a bad thing over here. Like we have no recollection of what that's supposed to be. But yet she could have been like, "That's fucking awesome," and her daughter would have been fine. Like that would have been okay. But yeah, it just makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Honestly, I've seen that. Like while I was actually over there, like I've seen people like be appalled that someone would use the word bloody in public, but then like the next sentence is just the F word every other word, and they're just like, "Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you," and it's just normal.
I have to do all kinds of research when I'm planning for other shows, and the one thing that made me laugh so hard is in an Australian travel guide, it says Americans don't be offended because you're going to hear the word cunt a lot. It doesn't mean what you think it means over here. Like if somebody calls you
Dude,
that, it doesn't have the same connotation as it does
We're
here.
too sensitive. That's the real problem.
Yeah, that's one word that sets off landmines in North America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, I fucking love that word.
What's
It's
funny is
literally
that
my favorite.
Cunt is the equivalent of cock, but everybody just gives it this whole negative thing. It's annoying.
I remember when I went first time I went to Missouri to see my family, and I went out with my cousin to the bar. I went, "You're such a cunt," but as in like a joke way, and it's like I just offended the whole pub. It was just like,
Oh yeah,
right.
it'll shut down in a
Like,
hurry.
What?
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" Like, you can't say that. It's like, no, I love you. That's what I'm saying. You fucking cunt. I love you. It's a reason. But yeah, I try not to use that word no more because now I've got a little one. I've got a curb to swearing. Because
Man, little kids swearing is one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So good.
Good luck.
Here's the thing. I don't know. Okay. I might get shit for this, but I actually still curse in front of my kids. My parents did it in front of me. It's more actually teaching them how to properly use it and when, instead of just being on the whole.
I
Yeah,
told my
that's my way
son
of
he
looking
could
at
cuss
shit.
as much as he wanted to, and then he didn't.
Yeah,
Like
that's how my kids
it
are.
was one of those things where, well, because I'm allowed to do it now, it's like it's not a big deal.
Take
Like,
off that
stigma.
See, my mum still
you gotta
calls me a
parent
bell
your
end
own
and a
way.
dickhead.
Like you gotta learn.
It's like my mum calls me a bell end and a dickhead, even to this day. Well, you don't generally find that out in America. You very rarely find a parent cuss at their kids.
I think it's so funny that Sloan gets all of his American stuff from Missouri.
Yeah, that's about it.
Of all fucking places.
It just, I know that sounds weird, but it's just like Missouri is such a like a little Midwestern kind of thing. Like you're not getting the gambit of what America is like. And every time he brings up Missouri, I'm like, that's just some little podunk fucking place. Like I'm sure there are people
I've
that
only
live
ever
there
been
and
there.
saying that, but it just makes me laugh.
I've been there, Disneyland and Chicago, but Chicago was interesting.
Chicago is definitely a good one, but Disneyland, that's not a good one either.
Yeah.
I think the Disney cops would arrest you for saying cunt over there.
Probably.
Getting arrested with somebody with a Mickey Mouse badge.
Yeah, a lot of people would say that the United States is 50 different countries.
It's true.
You wouldn't be wrong.
I can just see Sloan going up and saying, "Hey, somebody cut the cue," and the guy's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Who's
You have to leave now.
I gotta be honest, they do.
Are they playing pool over there? Like, what's going on?
Last time I went with someone who's got a heavy Scottish accent. They could understand him better. They could understand me.
Is it the Scottish that you can understand better when they're wasted, like drunk? There's one of those.
Oh no, that gets really
countries like
fucking
that.
confusing.
I can't remember if it's Ireland or Scotland, and I don't want to offend.
It'll be Irish.
I think it might be Belfast, Ireland.
Yes, Ireland, because Scottish, like I've got family friends that I grew up with. As soon as they've had too much drink, I'm like, I ain't got a clue. I've known them 30 years. I ain't got a fucking clue. All right,
I would love to see a TV show where they take people from different areas like that and put a Scottish guy and a guy from like the Bayou in Louisiana, and they gotta conversate to build something. Like that would be. I think about dumb shit like this all the time. I'm like, I
Oh,
want to
no,
see
it's
a show
okay.
like that.
I
That
find
would be
Cajun
fun.
things all the time on like whatever social media, and I always send it to Sifu for verification. And then he'll give me a long explanation on why that is the way it is.
Oh,
That's-
Billy
that's
Lee,
the
all
thing.
her families are from Belfast.
Yeah, I love Sifu, but that's the one thing that I noticed about him is that he's an information person and he's a talker.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
every Thursday, like he comes in the chat, bro, like in the Discord, and like he'll start one conversation, I'll walk away, I'll go like make dinner, and 45 minutes later I'll come back and then he'd be like, that's the end of my dissertation. Thank you everyone for listening. And I'm just like, all right,
Oh yeah.
cool.
He turns in thesis papers.
Thank you for tuning into my TED Talk.
Yeah. It's the funniest thing in the
I
whole
love it,
world. I love him to death. That's what it's hilarious. But anyway, we are now at the hour 15-minute mark. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. Before we do so, though, did you get bumpers made for this?
No, it's all going to be the new season. Everything's going to
in the next. Okay, fair enough. Since we don't have bumpers, if you guys do have any song suggestions, go ahead and drop them in chat. We'll go ahead and we'll pick some out. Outside of that, we do have 2 picks per person on the panel. So, gentlemen, if you guys don't have anything in mind, please start thinking about them. Outside of that, who wants to go first?
I've actually got mine ready to
Need a
go.
minute.
I've got mine ready to go. I mean, it's the first time ever I'm ready.
I already know Anthony's going to pick something weird, like It's Raining Men. Or
I'm going to pick 2 things weird, but anyway, go ahead.
I'm going to pick Artificial Life by Operation Ivy. And then I'm actually going to go for New Girl by the Suicide Machines. So I'm done. Who's next?
I'm gonna go with The Weeknd, Save Your Tears. And then I'm gonna go with Weed Eater Bull.
Hang on.
Full spectrum right there.
Weed Eater Bull.
Mm-hmm. Adam, when you get a chance, you gotta hear this song. You're gonna.
I am still picking, so skip. I don't know yet.
Dave, have you got 2 songs?
Sure. Blondie's Heart of Glass and Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Nice.
Good choices.
What was the first one?
Blondie's Heart of Glass.
Done. And The Wall by Pink Floyd. Mr. Anthony?
Let's do Sweet William by Van Halen. And Thunder in Your Heart by John Farnham. I think that's how you say his name.
John Farnham.
I believe that's how you say his name. It's like Faraham or something like that.
What was the song called?
Thunder in Your Heart. It's from the Rad soundtrack, if that helps.
Oh, yeah, got it. And what was the first one again?
Sweet William by Van Halen. That'll put a crook in your playlist for sure. It's the only rock band I know of that has a clarinet in a song. So
we haven't added any Jethro Tull, so we're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jethro Tull. Actually, cool story. I listened to Jethro Tull outside the amphitheater at the Parthenon in Athens, Greece. That was so cool.
That is really cool.
Who's last to
go? Me. So I'm going to do Misery by Memphis Mayfire.
Memphis Mayfire. Got it.
And we're going to do The Human Condition by set for tomorrow.
Got it.
All right, just to make sure that the chat knows the correct answer, was that Van Halen song called Sweet William or was it called Big Bad Bill? Because I believe the name of the song is Sweet William.
It is called. Let's go down to the bottom. It was called Big Bad Will. It's Sweet William now.
Okay,
So you're both right.
sort of, yeah. Or neither one of us are right. One of the two. Judges? Yes, okay.
All right. So do you want to pick something
Let's
from chat then?
see. Yeah, I'm scrolling through, seeing what we got. Actually, since we're picking two from chat and we just happen to have two guests, we'll let them take the honor of taking that.
Oh crap!
If you guys can see chat, of course. If not,
I'll
then,
tell you what we've
one of
got.
us will pick 'em up.
We've got November Rain by Guns N' Roses, 1975, Oh Caroline, The Pogues, Fairy Tales of New York, Seemingly Endless Time by Death Angel. We got Dry Oatmeal. We don't know if that's a song. Welcome to New Jersey by X Cops.
And that's it so far.
Yep.
Man, if
Go with the Pogues.
Okay.
I wish they would have picked a different song off that Guns N' Roses album.
Dude, Dry Oatmeal is a song.
Just like any other song off that Guns N' Roses album, I would probably have picked. Let's go. I mean, let's go November Rain because that's the only one that's on there. But
All right.
So if you would have picked a different one off that album,
all right, Tribal Buddha
would you
doesn't
have
get any
picked?
more free stuff.
So what Guns N' Roses song would you have picked off that album?
Oh, probably Mr. Brownstone, just because it's not like
Bro.
popular.
Yeah, dude.
That album, but that is by far in my lifetime. I made this joke the other day, but my life is split into before Appetite for Destruction and after Appetite for Destruction. Like I got that like the day it came out, and I won't forget that ever. I was like a sophomore in high school.
Dude, it was such a good album too.
I mean, there are
Well, I've added
so
it to the
many hits
playlist
on that
anyway.
album. It's unreal. And then that was it. That's all they had.
Yeah.
Well, I've added that, so that's on the list as well. If you go down the chat, I've put the link for the Spotify playlist if you want to follow that.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of understand now, Tribal Buddha. Yeah, Axl Rose is a prick. Like that whole there's a whole story behind that whole tour and everything like that. I'm just talking about buying the album at the record store, which I can't even believe I just said that. That shows you how old I am.
I mean, I've been to the record store.
Going
no,
down
like-
to Sam Goody and picking you up a hit.
Sam Goody, damn. I was thinking more Tower Records, but sure. Sam Goody was kind of pricey.
I never really shopped at the highbrow stores. I was always like at the mom and pops anyway, but nobody would know the names of those, so
Yeah.
not like any of them are around anymore.
I know, right?
Now they're all coming back.
Right.
They're cool. It's hip to buy a record now.
Yeah, dude. I got so many vinyls in my living room right now. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and again, we're gonna start wrapping this up. So, do either of you two have anything coming up? Any mixing shows? Friday Fallout? Anything?
You want to go, Anthony, or me?
I can go. It's fine. We have a huge Christmas super spectacular going on Friday night. If you watch one Friday Fallout episode the entire year, watch this one because there are some things I can't tell you about. But it's a show you won't forget. I guarantee it. It's going to be a blast. So I would strongly recommend Friday Fallout channel is where it's at. Comes on at either 8 p.m. Pacific time or 11 p.m. Eastern time, depending on where you live, or 4 a.m. British time. It's on the 23rd Friday night, so you might have the next day off. So maybe you could, take a nap and come and join us. But anyway, it's going to be a phenomenal show. You can always check me out on my Instagram at I'm_Anthony Romella. I'll keep you updated, and you will be amazed sometimes of the things that you will see that you'll never get out of your brain once you've been on my Instagram page. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I'm super excited about it. I've been putting a bunch of time and effort into prepping the show up, and it's going to be awesome. So that's it for me.
Cool.
In chat,
and then
if
if
you
you-
click on the link, you can go subscribe to Friday Fallout.
Yeah. And if you do want to show Anthony any more, any other love, then you can always head over to oinksquad.com. Pick yourself up some merch. You can also follow them. It's Oinks. Is it just Oink Squad over on IG?
No, somebody took that one. So it's oinksquad.com, but the dot is spelled out. So it's DOTCOM. So oinksquad.com on Instagram.
On Instagram. Yeah. So
Wouldn't
you
you
can
hate that
always
when somebody else
go.
takes it?
Yeah, right. You can always go give him a follow on IG if you guys haven't done so already. Again, that's oinksquad.com, spelt out completely on IG, and where you can just go to oinksquad.com at your browser of choice, and you can buy some merch from Anthony. Again, free shipping to pretty much anywhere in the world. So,
and
go
YouTube, I don't sell any vape shit, so leave us alone.
Yeah. So you can go show him some love. So, Dave, what do you got coming up, bud?
I'm on an Advocate for Liberty's Tuesday and Saturday show. I'm on the Late Night Vape show on Sunday nights out of the UK, and I'm on Benny's Mixing show on Wednesdays.
Nice.
Okay. What time for the American mixing shows? With
It's 8
with
p.m.
Jim?
9 p.m. EST on Tuesdays and 6 p.m. EST on Saturdays. And Benny's show is 4 p.m. EST on Wednesday, and the Late Night Vape show is 5:30 EST Sunday night.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Very good. Very good. And do you have an Instagram or anything that people can follow you on?
I'm on ELR. My name, Dave Lloyd. You can follow me there. And I have an Instagram, but I'm not that terribly active on that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Gentlemen, what do you guys got coming up?
I guess I'll go first. So Tuesday we got Mixing It Up. We are still doing the Toys for Tots charity fundraising. For every $5 spot you do, $5 donation you do, you get a spot. We're giving away 2 $50 gift cards to VSO, which if you know VSO flavors, that is a steal. Seriously, get on it. And if not, I'll be honest, Anthony's gonna end up with both gift cards at this point. And we don't want that.
So you guys save your donations till Wednesday, please.
Yeah. But on Tuesday we're gonna be doing the drawing, and hopefully we can get some donations. I mean, we've actually gotten quite a bit, but at the same time I want to make this more fun and extend it a bit. Like I said, I wanted to collect more money than last year.
Yeah. When's the last day for it? Is it Tuesday?
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Before 7 p.m.
Okay. Is that Central Time,
CST.
Eastern Time?
Yeah.
It's Central
CST.
Time. Okay. So that's 8 p.m. for us on the East Coast, and that's 5 p.m. for those on the Pacific time zone.
Yep.
For anyone who's curious and doesn't know their time zones, you now know. Otherwise, you got anything else coming up, Klowne? Anything?
Other than that, I mean, I think I'm working on releasing the 2 new flavors, which are SMD and Rug Side Down, which one of them is a dragon fruit yogurt and the other one is a pineapple upside down cake. I'm very happy how they both turned out. Very glad. And honestly, even the guys that I was working with, the mask guys over these, and they both just gave me the go ahead without really much fucking thought. So, I mean, I'm glad I was able to get it that quickly, because sometimes that development sucks and it's a struggle.
Right.
But seriously, the Rug Side Down, I tore through that bottle. The SMD I've been doing on Boro device, so it's taking a little longer, but it's still really good. I like testing them in different devices. I think sub them is the only time I don't touch stuff, but I don't sub them very often. I have 2 tanks and I rarely use them. So
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. If not, just
I
get
didn't
them for
even
me, and then
see-
Anthony can sweeten them up.
I was gonna say, I didn't even see Sewer Rug in the chat, man. It's good to see you, pal. I've been missing you, Ben. Haven't seen you around as much as I'd like to.
Oh, Surug is here?
Yeah.
He's
Get
been
out.
here.
Fucking get out. We're not friends anymore. All right.
Yeah, but that list is long.
Yeah,
Of people you're not friends with anymore.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Sloan, what do you got coming up, bud?
Next Friday, I'm going to do a worldwide giveaway for a stainless steel TM24 Pro and a set of coils. On the same show, I'm giving away 5 bottles of Black Rose Elixir, the Nick Salt line, and a 100ml bottle of Black Bess. So make sure you're there for that. That will be the last show of the year for me, and then for all of us actually. Coil wise, got some new ones coming out. Just redone the whole website. Got a whole new section for wholesale. So if you want, if you're a shop and you want some wholesale, hit on the wholesale sign, fill out the form. I'll approve it, and then you can go and do what you want with it. Done a second build rig for some other bits and pieces that I'm doing, so I've got up the production on that. Apart from that, got lots of little stuff on the side that I can't talk about. But yeah, there's lots to come, so make sure you keep an eye out for it. So apart from that, that's all. It's all for me.
Fantastic. So for me, if you haven't done so already, then you can always follow me over on IG. That's at Duchess_coils with an S, not with a C, because one, I'm not fucking goddamn dumb and I know how to spell. I'm also not one of those people that's all flashy with the fucking different letters and numbers and shit. Like, fuck that. That's dumb. Get out of here. Anyway, outside of that, I know that as Klowne has mentioned during the show, I'm struggling with getting things like up and running with the website. So I'm hoping that come the start of 2023, things will be taken care of. Business licenses will be sorted out, and everything else. So we'll see. Just a lot to deal with the state itself, right? So I'm gonna be working on all of that. Once that's all up and running, then I will let you guys know, and then everything will be official from there. For now, not currently able to sell any coils. I love you, Sewer Rug. You're my favorite
Hey,
person in the whole
Duchess,
world.
guess what? Shut up.
Shut up. I know. I don't really have much coming out. Just working on the website and everything else. So, I mean, that's me done.
Cool.
So, wow, really? Oh, what is wrong with you today?
I don't know. I'm being a bit feisty today. I don't know. I've had some sleep.
Today?
I think that helped.
Really, today?
Get that website up, Duchess. That's all I'm going to say. Get it sorted.
Yeah, no, the website is up. I mean, you guys can definitely go look at it. You just can't make any purchases. So, I mean, if you guys want to look at it, then I mean, head over to duchesscoils.com. You're more than welcome to take a look at it, and you can tell me how shit the website is, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But again, you guys can't make any purchases, so either way, it doesn't really matter. So I'm working on getting that all taken care of and everything else. So we'll see what comes the start of 2023.
Which link is it, Adam?
Sorry, I spelled it wrong. My computer didn't catch up with me. It's this one. Head over to this.
Okay.
Oh my god!
How are you alive?
I get too excited.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, Big thank you to everyone who came out and showed some love. We've got Face Meat is here. Unfortunately, Surug is still here. Tribal Buddha is actually here. Billy Lee, thank you for coming out. Everyone else who is in chat, if I didn't mention you, don't think that you're not important. We do appreciate you. I'm just not going to go through this whole list. So, I mean, we literally can't do this show without you and or without Anthony or Ramella for that matter. So we appreciate all of you guys for being here. Thank you so much for all the love and support throughout the entire year of 2022. We will see you guys again in 2023, slightly after the new year, because our schedule is not changing. It just happens that the next show, I think, falls on like the 4th or some shit like that of the new year.
It's on the 1st.
Is it on the 1st? Is it on New Year's Day itself? Oh, okay. Well, then we will see you guys at the start of 2023 on November 1st. So, I'll say to that again, big love to everyone who came out. We really do appreciate you. And just as long as you guys aren't smoking, that's all that matters. If you guys have any questions as far as you want to build coils, you guys want to mix anything up, you can hit up myself for coils, Klowne. You can hit up Jay for liquid. We'll get you guys all sorted out from there. You guys can also join the Discord if you haven't done so already. If you do want to join the Discord, go ahead and let us know. Any one of us can send you a link to it.
November
You can
1st.
always, you guys can always just jump in, and we'll get you guys taken care of from there. Outside of that, that's the show. Thanks for coming out. Vape like royalty, I guess. Peace.
Hey,
Christmas,
Duchess,
everyone.
guess what? Shut up.